let's get straight into it. I've been making a lot of videos in the past recent month, which have been gaining me a lot of subscribers, now reached 200, so thank you everyone who subscribed and is watching this, I deeply appreciate you. But with popularity comes stupidity in my comments. And under this video, Exposing Stupidity Comments Edition, almost 800 views, 15 likes, another hit video of mine. With the trend, my videos are becoming more and more popular. And if you see right here, Mixtape, I reacted to his whole comment. And then he commented under this. And I'll be showing other videos and other comments just to expose a trend. Because while I wanted to make several videos of this, the videos would be like 5 minutes long, and I want this to be around 10-15 minutes. Put everything in one video. Let's get started. You really made a whole video crying about a comment. No, it's called me reacting to hate comments. And if you look right here on my channel, and you scroll down, you can see reacting to hate comments 7 months ago. And look at this. This isn't a trend I started. Right here. Jacksepticeye reacting to hate comments, Markiplier reacting to hate comments, PewDiePie reacting to hate comments. And guess what? Guess who in a video I made about said I'm taking things from? Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, PewDiePie. The 3 pillars of YouTube which I watched growing up. In that video I said I'm trying to take pieces and parts of them and put it in my videos. And I said even that the way they did things back then wouldn't work now. So I'm putting my own twist on things. I said that over a year ago. It isn't coming out of nowhere. In the first sentence, I said most of the tank buffs help keep supports alive, not dive tank. Yeah, but guess what? Tanks are tanks. It's a broad category enveloping the whole role. If I said, oh yeah, supports are really good at flying, you wouldn't be like, oh yeah, he's talking about only Adam. No. If you say tank buffs, you mean tank buffs. You can't just suddenly say, oh wait, never mind, I'm now talking about this separate thing instead of that separate thing, which I said originally. Yeah, some of the tanks can dive, but the buffs they receive were for abilities that are meant for supporting your own team. Your original point, just to take Captain America as an example, you said it benefits supports, not supporting your team. You're again changing your own opinions. For Captain America, let me repeat, you said it helps supports, not supporting your own team. Then I countered that by saying, well, his ult increased charge with his ult can also affect DPS. So now you're changing your opinion for the second time. That doesn't mean you're killing supports faster. Yes, it does. If you get increased damages, increase to guess what? Anti-heal, which can help kill your team, and then guess what? You're next, aka killing your supports faster, charging up DPS ult, which guess what? Can kill your supports faster. With Emma, can block out support ults from even happening, aka killing your supports faster. My main point wasn't that it just affects supports. I said it also can affect supports, because it can also help with DPS and tank ults. With this so far, I'm pretty sure you've gotten every single one of my points wrong, thinking I'm applying everything to supports and no one else. With Cap Buff, I specifically called out supports benefiting from this because supports already charge ults faster than most characters. This was before, I believe, the new patch notes came out, where I think 3 support ults got nerfed, but no. It heavily depends on the game. Some DPS could have 100% charge, while the rest of their team have 50. Yeah, could supports charge their ult faster? Yes. It heavily depends on the character, not the role. And immortality ults are also a lot more impactful than most DPS ults. Again, with stupid, brain-dead DPS. Support ults are immortality ults. Luna can still die in her ult by many things, especially with, guess what, all the anti-heal that got buffed and added, with all the increased vulnerability, with other ults like Magneto, Iron Man, Jeff Nato. And with Jeff, sure, he places 100 healing per second on the floor, but he can't move it. It's a small duration, a small area compared to other supports. And guess what, if he misses his swallow in the main team, he gets stunned and he can barely move for around 5 seconds. And chances are, if your team at least has 1 brain cell, you will die. Even if you get the swallow and get a lot of teammates, you can still die because you only heal very slowly while you're diving. Cloak and Dagger, her ult, she can get pushed and dragged out of it constantly. Whenever I'm invis and there's a Cloak and Dagger ulting in the enemy team, I do the pull towards me to get her outside of the ult, and then count to my team to kill her and focus her, which works. They're not immortality. Have you heard of Phoenix with a rocket ult? And most DPS ults can team wipe. A well-timed Iron Man ult can heavily team wipe. Star-Lord, especially if there's no support ults, will and probably can and probably will wipe out half your team, if not more, if there's no cover. Especially if he's not the only one attacking you. Are support ults good? Yes, so are DPS and tank ults. Plus, triple support is now being ran all the time now. Not all the time. Stop with the hyperbole. Sure, does it happen a lot? Yes. But do you know what also happens a lot? 2 supports. Do you know what also happens a lot? 3 DPS. There's a reason you most likely never have teams that have 3 tanks, 1 DPS, 2 supports. And a lot of the times you either see these 3 combinations: 2-2-2, 1-3-2, or 1-2-3. And guess what? 2-2-2 has a positive win rate, unlike 1-2-3. The point I was making is that both DPS and support have overtuned characters that get buffs for no reason, but overall support is benefiting disproportionately. So you agree with me? Okay. The only difference is, I think instead of support here, it's DPS. Because supports, guess what? They have to deal with more now. Since the tank buffs also aid support the most, no it doesn't. And I forgot to mention that again, most of the DPS buffs are inconsistent. So again, that's benefiting support more. Just because something is inconsistent in buffs doesn't mean there's already something extremely strong. Inconsistent numbers are like 101, 92, and 5. Sure, yes, that's inconsistent, but the higher numbers are really high compared to the lower one. To put that in perspective, Hawkeye got several buffs last season, and other characters in the DPS role also got buffs. That doesn't mean DPS buffs are inconsistent and don't matter. They are still buffing a character which has 16 buffs in Hawkeye. They gave a slap on the wrist to Daredevil after being one of the most broken characters in the entire game. Buffing already strong DPS like Hela Namor. Buffing Venom, who's already an A character, giving him over 25% anti-heal in his ult, making him an instant S tier pick. Another example, DPS are so overtuned that just for instance Black Panther, when they fixed his non-registers, he became a must ban in many ranks because he was so powerful. With just one little fix to a bug, a character which everyone said was bad was suddenly running rampant in every single ranked game. As for the rest, I don't know what to tell you. It sounds like you're purposely not listening to what I'm saying, and you don't even seem to care what buffs are. You're just mad that DPS are getting buffs at all. You say I'm not listening, but don't even say one of my opinions in that statement right there. And you try to reach for pathetic arguments. Says the one who didn't get one thing right about my arguments, except for one thing which we agreed on. About how any change is meant to help Dive. I never said that again. I said a lot of the changes are putting more pressure on supports and affecting supports. I never said help Dive. Another time you get my opinion wrong. Cap ult can farm DPS ult. Well then I guess no support should get buffs because then it would help keep Dive characters alive. No, because one simple thing. Dive characters are in the enemy backline. Supports can't reach back there in normal circumstances unless you're like a Jeff or a Luna with Clap. So in most cases, those dives aren't getting healed by your supports while they're diving in the enemy supports. Only rare instances like Snowflake or Jeff can that actually happen. This is such of a straw man argument, and it's so stupid because I can instantly flip it on back to DPS. Guess what? DPS, no DPS should get buffs because then it would help keep alive support players. You see how they can instantly be flipped? Do you not realize that? Okay, that's him, you know, stupidity. And then right here, Toxic Tank Man exposes himself. It's a part 2 of video, it's only 2 minutes long, and this person said, he said probably, meaning he hasn't done research on it yet. Regardless, how is this toxic? And I respond to him, I don't know why it says 2 times. This video is in addition to another video I made from another video which showed he was toxic. So people who are hate commenting on my video aren't even watching the context of my own video, which at the beginning, I even show the video in my own video on this one, and they still get it wrong. Another here, episode 3, exposing stupidity, 1 day ago, pretty popular. This person says more accurate title, exposing my own stupidity, episode 3. This joke has been made 4 times now. One person even deleting their own comment on episode 1. That's how unoriginal these people are. This video is so disingenuous. So now you hear it first. Stating your opinion and showing hate comments is now disingenuous. How we all got that so wrong. And now, right here on my notifications, you can see the view count increased. A new comment was posted as I'm recording this. You are showing your own stupidity in this vid, ? You showed the few examples of healers who need more, for some reason mentioned Mantis, who is meant to be high skill. Guess what? Just because a character is high skill doesn't mean they should be horrible in their own role in the best comp possible. Hey, guess what? Let's make a change. You won't disagree with this. Let's put Hela. Break her legs. She can't move unless another person pushes her along. Her aim is randomized. And she can't build ult. She also loses all of her abilities. Hey, for some reason, people are saying Hela should get buffed. But she's meant to be high skilled. I mean, you have to play her how she is. She's high skilled, so she'll be harder to play. You shouldn't complain. You see how stupid that argument can get? Yet you aren't mentioning Luna Snow, Invis Woman. Guess what? Invis Woman, I said that she didn't need a buff on her own. I stated that multiple times in my video. Even my reactions to the support buffs in the patch notes for the season. That she didn't need those buffs. That Rocket did not need those buffs. And Luna hasn't been meta. She will be after the new changes. But she wasn't before, just like Loki. Multiple seasons in a row, Loki and Luna were the top picks of every single game for multiple seasons in a row. Then it changed to people like Invis and Jeff. And it consistently has stayed around that area. Now they are buffing Loki again to make him not dog water. They're buffing Invis again to make her really strong. Just stating the facts, not putting my own opinion in this, not putting any opinions. The devs are making all these supports stronger to have more choices so you're not stuck with the same backline. People are complaining so much about Invis, the devs are like, okay, let's give them other options. They are not just stuck with Invis Jeff backline or Invis Cloak and Dagger. All these brain dead healers. So guess what? Luna Snow, who relies on good aim to heal her teammates. Having good aim is now brain dead. Using a kit that can be highly used in your own way for your team, Invis, using your own kit for your own abilities is now brain dead. In one of my games, recently in comp, I was Invis. I pulled a Rocket off the edge when I saw my Emma go in diamond form. She grabbed Rocket, we double teamed Rocket, killed him. Invis can throw her Vortex on the Rocket ult while she's healing her team and break it down. Rocket, yes, is the easiest support by far in my opinion, but even so, he's not brain dead. No character in this game is brain dead. There are still nuances and still strategies with each character. With the beacon, you can't place it in the middle of the enemy team. With his ult, you can't also place it in the middle of the enemy team, especially if there's a Phoenix. The same way if you're a flying character and the enemy team with Hela and Punisher, you do not stay on Storm. You do not stay on Iron Man. You switch off. Scarlet Witch just got major buffs. She is the easiest character in the duelist role, and a contender for the easiest character in the game. Her ceiling and floor just got lowered, but I don't see you complaining about that. I never said there weren't easy characters in each role. In multiple videos, I've even said there are easy characters in each role, but that doesn't mean the whole role is easy. I even said in one of my videos, I would never say a Rocket takes more skill than Hawkeye. Even though I think that support is more difficult than DPS, that doesn't mean there aren't DPS who are stronger than some supports, who are easier than some supports. Again, you have no idea what you're talking about. And triple support is an issue due to the fact that most 2-2-2 comps have way more possibilities for better comps, as intended. What is your point with this? Are you saying 2-2-2 comps have more possibilities and they're better? Or that triple support is better and it's run rampant? Because if triple support is rampant and overpowered, then the more possibilities don't matter. But if 2-2-2 comp is better and has more possibilities, then triple support is weaker. So it's a better matchup. You just show your bias in this video. It's my opinions. Of course I will be biased. Opinions are biased by definition. In games like this and topics like this, of course there will be bias. You show bias in this comment. Does it automatically throw out all your arguments? Is this all just nothing? Should this comment not exist? Because you're showing your opinions? In this video, mention a hard counter of a character and say it's an excuse. Are you serious? You make no sense in your comment. Are you talking about when I mentioned Daredevil countering Invis? Because when she's invisible, he can still see her? Are you mentioning that? Because that is a fact right there. He can see her while she's invisible. While Daredevil's OP, all characters show Shoylid have a hard counter. No, this will not be like Overwatch, where after the first fight, your whole team has to counter swap. That is horrible. Each character should be viable. That is a fact. You shouldn't need to be playing several characters every single game, playing mystery heroes just based on what your enemy is playing. That not only disrupts your ult charge, but also is completely unfun and unfair to play against. That's not me saying that isn't in the game already, because Moon Knight and Loki exist. Even in Season 0, a good Bucky and Moon Knight, you would say to swap off Loki on the enemy team, because they're doing so good. Just because a character is OP doesn't mean you need to elevate another character to OP. Just because a character is OP doesn't mean they should stay OP because another person is OP. How about this? Both of them should get nerfs. Both Invis and Daredevil need nerfs. That is my stance. It always has been. Stop trying to make it seem like I'm only wanting support buffs. Loki right now, after his newest buff, is in a good place. He shouldn't be touched. Jeff is mostly in a good place. Shouldn't be touched. Rocket, some of his abilities need to be nerfed. Luna, she needs half of her newer buffs to go away. I agree that some supports do need nerfs. I'm only saying that since DPS are getting buffs, then the counter should also be buffs. Meaning, other supports should get buffs based on the DPS getting buffs. If for a season they nerfed Daredevil and kept Invis Woman the same before all the buffs, okay, keep it as that. But don't come at me with the stupidity and throwing out opinions that aren't mine and saying they're mine, misconstruing my own comments about my opinions, saying there's bias in my video of me reacting to hate comments. Of course there will be bias if I'm defending my opinions. That is obvious and some people don't get this. Oh my god. Okay, video's getting kind of long, so I'll wrap it up now. I mean, this is something special, alright? Thank you for everyone watching till the end, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.